Squawk, squawk, fellow sorrowers, and good morning to all. So this is going to be a quick one today on Greta Thunberg. N from Armageddon Consciousness has covered her extensively and absolutely obliterated, decimated her lies and her movement. So this is going to be a very amateur, rookie, novice attempt in comparison. But there's certain things that I see, and once I've seen them, I can't unsee them. I seem to have a very honed detection meter when it comes to inhumanism and subhumanism, and I'm not just talking about the actions of a human that are inhuman as an act. I'm talking about this thing here because this isn't human. Okay, if you're a human being that I'm now speaking to, who's now listening to me, and you know that I'm a human being, that's the whole point. You know because you are. When you look at the way this thing moves, speaks, acts, does it come across human to you? Wholly human, solely human? N from Armageddon Consciousness has already shown us in plain sight and in plain light that the climate change thing is only for one reason, and that's to smear your accuracy so you can't shoot straight when it comes to putting holes in the lies to reveal the truth underneath. So, Greta means pearl, Thun means to expand, Berg translates to a mountain or a cliff. It's right there, and then and there, what do you have? You have your eye on top of the pyramid, don't you? Your pearl on top of the mountain, don't you? Expanding. The New World Order taking over. I'm not a fan of the I word, as you all know by now. But if there ever was a child who'd been processed and invented by the Illuminati, it's so much, as I've always said, it's so much darker and deeper and with more depth and density than we have been led on to believe than just the Illuminati. But this kid has been very Illuminati. All right, first of all, the long hair, the long ponytail, it's usually in a plait, and I've gone through that recently. The Rapunzel symbolism. Okay, the plait is the tear. Okay, the bearded darnel, as you're about to see in the stance that she takes. It's the same one that they all pull. Ready? I'll show you. See it? She's just woken up in the morning. She's just stretching, yeah? They are stretching. She's expanding. Do you get it? They are stretching. They're trying to stretch their DNA. That's what that is. Look. One base pair of 22, another base pair of 22, and another base pair of 22. That's what makes up a Canaanite. That's what you're looking at under the false light of Lucifer, orange for 33, and your pink and yellow for your sex and violence. Okay, I haven't quite caught what's on her hoodie here. If you do, let me know. That's what you're looking at. Why didn't you yawn before they started recording? Why didn't you stretch before they started recording? Is she going to go and have a shit now whilst they're recording? Do you see what I mean? Doesn't add up, does it? So, moving onwards and upwards, straight away, that's not good. All right? Because their DNA's fucked, as Bill will tell you. Always give credit where it's due. They want an extra base pair. That's where the 322 comes from. The BBC backwards 322. Run by the Canaanites. All right. So you've got the three glasses on the table. They're all at roughly the same volume of water within, showing equilibrium, which is what they want. An equilibrium of all three base pairs. Yeah. Not with us. My puzzle. I've never heard of my puzzle. Wouldn't it just be a puzzle? But no, it's my puzzle, as in her puzzle, as in she's putting the pieces together to form a picture that's going to allude to the truth. If you just brought your head up from that table, from them puzzle pieces, you would see the true riddle, the true enigma, as it were, if you will. So, they've already tried to put all these puzzle pieces together. Transgender, me too. Gay pride, Black Lives Matter. It's all the same shit from a different toilet. They're just putting the pieces together so that one will lead to the other. Because if one don't fall, you they'll have to add another. That's how they do it. Let's see what this pearl on top of the mountain trying to expand is trying to do next. I don't know what it is. This thing just doesn't strike me as human at all. Obviously, it's a hybrid, but that would still make it human. There's something else going on with her, with it. I'm telling you. I've seen a few robotoids move the way she moves. It might be that. But then, of course, it would take away the biological side of what I've just stated. So I'm not quite sure. You know, maybe it's some kind of cybernetic influence. Maybe it's the mother, you know, the anti-female. Um, Something's going on. Something is certainly going on. They're clever too. You see how they got the star, the fallen angel.
You can go outside and do things, of course, but
You see how the first thing she comes in with is a command, is a demand. You noticed that? My puzzle. That's her over. So fucking spoiled, so fucking up herself. Right? She just gave you a command and a demand. Do you realise that? Listen, she's telling you what you can and can't do. But back to you. Ah,
you can go outside and do things, of course, but still, I mean, you try to stay inside as much as possible.
there you go. You got your orders, guys. Come then. The fucking audacity. Do you know what I mean? The narcissism. Ugh.
To and when you meet people to keep distance, but I mean, I'm really the last one to complain because I haven't been been that affected by this.
No, she's the last one to complain. Not because she hasn't been that affected by all this. It's because she hasn't been that infected by all this. Because she's part of it. And yeah, she has got, as I'll show you, first of all, before I go any further.
But I still had.
Yeah, show you a dog. Always. Always. Just code. It's just to say, yeah, Canaanite. Canaanite alert. Okay? Always show you the canine. Always.
Lots of things to do.
Okay, do you see the seal of Saturn on the cushion here? Do you see that? Do you see the Freemasonic compass? The diamond for 33? You see this? Boom, 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 boom. So you got the Saturnian worship here and the Freemasonic, which would be Luciferian worship here.
And then also I have been doing some school. I've taken a sabbatical year from school to
Okay, she's looking up into the creative cortex, so she's full of shit, first of all. But that's not what I was getting at. Okay, basically, I want you to get this very clear. Um, yeah, I would never just go saying right because she has got the physical features of a Canaanite. Okay, she's got the oversized front teeth. She's got, and it's not just pointy ears, by the way. It doesn't work like that. There's a certain shape. They're almost like parallelogram. You see it? Come out, right? At the bottom as well as the top. Their eyes, call them the eyes of lies because that's what they look like. They just constantly look like they're lying even when they're not, right? Yeah, they have a slight, almost like an aura of auburn to their hair, the tear hair. Yeah, the eyes of lies and the tear hair, among other features. But the point I'm trying to make is I never just go, right, well, she's got pointy ears, so she must be Canaanite. I've had people do that to me. It's not simple as that. In fact, that should be the last thing that you're looking for. Okay. The first thing you look for is what's being said and how it's being said. Then you ask why it's being said and who's saying it. And then you do the exact same thing. You go through the exact same process, but with the actions. Okay, the way the person moves, their mood, their mode, their vibe, their atmosphere. Okay, and then from there you can go on to physical traits a bit more. Okay, but even then, I wouldn't go down the face. You want to go on what they're wearing, what's on what they're wearing, what are the colours of what they're wearing, what is the pattern of what they're wearing. Okay, because I'll use clothes as well as stances. That's another thing to look out for. What's the stance of this person? Not just how they move, but how they don't move when they're stationary, when they're static. Like that stretch that I showed you. That's not a natural stretch of a young. I don't even know what she is. Is she a child? I don't think she is. I think she's been put on to look kind of cute, you know, for the parents. But this is a fake stretch. That's a false stretch, okay? She's not trying to stretch, she's trying to show you that these motherfuckers with the three strains of 22 are stretching across this thing, okay? Across the earth, the world. Now, I know that's cellular, what they're showing you, as Em pointed out to me. Thank you very much, mate. You're absolutely right. But to them, that is the earth, that is the world, because that's all they've got. So yeah, and then last but not least, you can look at the features. Okay, they have these strange round circular nostrils too. I mean, like pure circle, kind of like I equate it to Hollow Man with Kevin Bacon when he makes his own mask. There's two masks that are made. One the scientists make for him, not that one because it hasn't got any nose holes. But the second one, look at the way he cuts the nose holes, exactly the same. Probably deliberate because these fucking things are invisible men. They're invisible,
Going
people.
to
That's how they've survived and gone under the radar for so long. But luckily, mine, as I'm sure it's the same as yours, is very honed.
be able to travel around. But now I thought, um, I'm just home anyway, so I might as well just jump. So I
Lies,
have
lies constantly. Ready? Every single thing she says.
been doing some school. I've taken a
School? Do they believe me there?
sabbatical year from school to be able to travel around. But now I thought, um, I'm just home anyway, so I might as well just
Okay, so you've got the silver Saturn in both of these things, black and white for your duality. Alright? You might think, oh, it's just a bit of furniture, shut up. Yeah? Okay. She's pretty fucking rich, guys, yeah? She don't have to have these if she didn't want these. Yeah? To be honest, a lot of the time, as I said before, they don't buy any of this shit. It's given to them by the ones that put them on. But either way you look at it, it's deliberate. Okay?
Jump in the class and join the class I was.
Okay, you see there's one sock different from the other. That's a Freemasonic symbolism as well. It's another way they communicate. I'm not quite sure what that is. I'm sure most of you probably do. Um, not entirely sure about that one, but I know for a fact it is an encryption.
Was about to attend and just do that on my free time, just as a bonus. It doesn't really count.
The dupe in the light here knows exactly what's going on. This is all a fucking farce. She's a fraud.
But just because I love studying so much.
See, what she's doing to that dog is what they're doing to us. See how she tries to make it go in a circle? To eat its own tail, follow its own tail, Ouroboros, getting us to destroy ourselves, order out chaos. Get it? Got it?
The class I was about to attend and just do that on my free
Shake my hands. That's right. You're in agreement with me. You get a treat.
time, just as a bonus. It doesn't really count, but
Now I got ya.
just because I love studying so much.
I can make you all fucking run in circles. When I say jump, you say how high. Of course she has. Of course she's been following it. Oh, they couldn't have just said, so this is happening, you're going to cover it and sponsor it by saying you agree. Okay, ready? Action.
It is always the fight for justice. And it feels like we have paused.
Yeah, we'll pause as well for a second. This is deliberate, okay? Here's your three strains again. Alright? It's just what it is. There's no need for it, okay? I think I'm reaching. What's she reaching out and doing? The exact same thing on her fingers. The sign of the Canaanites, okay? Watch the deep in delight in her face here.
Some kind of social tipping point where people are starting to realize that.
You see it? The micro expressions? Wasn't that micro to be honest, but I'm not going to make it macro.
Kind of social tipping point.
See? Social tipping point does the sign of the Canaanites because they're the ones that are behind Black Lives Matter. Yeah, I mean, Bill from the OCS arc and Divine Truth 1 and 2. Grab his next channel, Divine Truth 2, if you can. Yeah, they know as well as I do. But they're the big boys when it comes to the Canaanites. You know, I try not to use any of their information. Sometimes I have to back up my own because otherwise I would be taking credit for what I am witnessing, what I'm perceiving, and what I'm discerning without explaining how I know it. You know what I'm saying? So, nonetheless, nevertheless, I'm sure you can see it too. And if you can, then that's good. That means them as well as me, as well as you, are all sharing that same intuition, that same instinct, activation of the pineal gland, you know, gut fucking feeling. It's there, right? Don't have to see it to know it's there. That's why I can't understand how people can't understand magic exists, for example, you know, because all it is energy. It's actually more scientific than supernatural. As I say, it's scientific, not mythic, you know. And I feel this stuff more than I see it. Watch the anomaly with her little finger over here. Canaanite anomaly.
Where people are starting to realize that we cannot keep looking point.
See the twitchiness, the spikiness of it? Yeah, seen that before. There's a news presenter, I can't remember her name, covered her recently. She does it too, but I think she's a Canaanite or Reptonite.
It feels like we have passed some kind of social tipping point where people are starting to realize that we cannot keep looking away from these things. People
See, she didn't like. They saw that she was doing it, they cut it, and then they got to repeat the whole paragraph of script, then took it from a different angle. You can tell because the vocal tone changes. Yeah, the voice pattern.
are starting to
But yeah, watch this little finger. It's pretty fucking dodgy, to be honest.
realize that we
Did
cannot
you see it?
social tipping point where people are starting to realize that we cannot
Yeah, the 88 spasm. I don't know if you're aware of that. The Canaanites, they twitch a lot because the genes are fucked. They're always twitching. They always got ticks.
keep looking away from these things. People are starting to realize that we cannot keep looking away.
See how and then we cannot keep them away. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's take two.
Point where people are starting to realize that we cannot keep looking away from these things. We cannot keep sweeping these things under the carpet, these injustices.
I agree with that last part. Absolutely agree with that. I don't agree with her, but I agree with that sentence. We can't keep looking away at this shit that's right there in front of us. We can't keep sweeping under the carpet what they're telling us to. So instead, how about we sweep them under the fucking carpet?